Here we go. I'm in Smith's with Dean Valentine and Faye from Grangehill, otherwise known as Alison. She's put some lippy on there. She's extremely glamorous as it is. What a wonderful couple. I tell you what, you've battered me into the ground. You've sorted me out and told me how to sort my life out. I think I knew most of it already, but you've clubbed me over the head deservedly. However, you're both people of real lived experience, character and fun. Can we learn more about you and learn more from you? Is that okay? So,
we can try.
Are you ready for your top 10? Okay, right. So, how did you meet?
She's driving me mad.
I know Dean's story. He tells everyone that I drove him mad and that he met me and I had holes in my drawers. That's Dean's story.
No. This is the story. This is the truth. So Alison's uncle had a pub in Islington, and a friend of mine, ironically, so I lived in Essex, so ironically, Alison's uncle owned this pub in Islington, and I had a friend of mine who lived in Islington. So we went to this pub one day, and in Alison, and there was in this pub was me and my two mates, and maybe one other person. Poor old pub till. Alison's uncle weren't such a busy pub at this particular stage, and Alison's walked in. So I said to my pal, I said, "That's that girl out of Grangehill, isn't it?" So he said, "Yeah." He said, "That's the governor's niece." Anyway, thought no more of it. Anyway, 2 years passed. I was in a pub in South Ockenden.
You let Faye from Grangehill get away from you for 2 years?
Yeah.
Bloody hell, this was lucky. Yeah. Right, keep going, right.
So 2 years later, I'd say, we're in a pub in South Ockenden, and I've said to Alison, so I said, "I know you, don't I?" She thinks I'm going to say, "You're Faye out of Grangehill." I've turned around and said, "You drinking the ones, didn't you, in Islington?" And she said, "Yeah." That was it, and then my charm took over, and then I'll pass you on to Alison for this stage.
There we go. Okie dokie, right. Alison, what's it like living with a professional gambler? There's a lot of ups and downs, there's good and bad times financially, there's a lot of pressure. What's it like living with a professional gambler?
I'd have to say, to be honest, I'm very privileged and there hasn't been many downs. I can honestly say that. It's really, really been mainly ups. However, it's difficult to have a full conversation at any time because there's many markets of racing, and they're like, I don't know, every half an hour. So every time you go to have a conversation, he's gone again because he's just got to do the next bet.
A lot of bookmakers partners say this. They say you're here but not here.
Yeah.
Because you're still thinking about the betting.
Yeah. So that's constant. So I'd say I shared my life with the phone, me, Dean, and the phone, because there's always the next race.
You're dead right. But if that phone stops ringing, that's when you've got a real problem.
Yeah. Then, as Dean says, we eat a shoulder of cheese.
Now, you're both passionate parents. You've got 4 children. What have you learnt about yourselves, though, whilst you've been parents? How have you developed as people, and what have you learnt about yourselves as parents? What's it exposed in yourselves?
Alison's a natural parent. Alison is a phenomenal mum. Phenomenal. There is no better on this planet Earth. Alison has made me the dad I am. I need to say no more. Alison has made me the dad I am.
Alison, can I say something? What a compliment.
But it was in there. I'm a very caring person. I care about everyone and anyone. I do. I would help anyone. But Alison has brought that to the forefront.
Your love has grown, though, I can see.
Dean cares about the kids like they are his absolute life. but they come to me with their problems and issues.
Dean said to me years ago, you worry more and more and more and more as they get older. You love them more, and he's right.
Yeah,
He's
every
right.
day, when they pass their driving test, it's like, I remember the first time our eldest passed his driving test and he went out in the car. We were standing at the bedroom window watching the car drive away and pretty much stood there the whole time until it come back. So it's different worries. They're not in bed at 7:30 where you know they're safe and in bed. It's then like, they're going out, are they getting into trouble, is there going to be a fight? It's a very, very different worry.
Now, you're both strong characters.
No, we're not.
You are.
Oh, yes, we
You
are.
are, yeah. Now, well, where do you manage, though, to support... You're both strong, so where you're strong, you obviously clash at times, but where do you support each other best? Where would you say that you... Where would you say you feel most supported and that you support Alison?
Alison's the best cook in the world. We're in Smiths at the moment. I could go and speak to that chef, and Alison could give him a few tips.
No, I couldn't.
But Alison's the best. So Alison likes, there's never a dull moment in the kitchen.
I think we debate everything really. Our dinner times.
I felt that over dinner. I felt that you like a good debate.
We do, and
I think you like to challenge people.
Yeah, and the kids are exactly the same. So our mealtime every night, pretty much, unless we're going out to dinner, would be all 6 of us sitting at the dinner table. That is.
Well, no, we're in there at 4.
We're never 4 because 2 of them have flown the nest, but it was always from very early stages really important to us that we sat at the dinner table every night, and that I stand by.
Do you know something? I would love to have that. What an example!
Yeah.
Alison
Thank
is
you.
may I add? Alison is the backbone of our family. The backbone, 100%.
But our debates and the kids take a lot of strength from Dean. Dean always says, and he's absolutely instilled this into the children, if you believe in something, even if you stand alone. That's one of Dean's favourite sayings.
One of my sayings is, if you believe in something, even if you believe it on your own, you stand alone.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's such a true saying.
And so that.
Why should my opinion be wrong? I stand alone.
Now,
And I think really that's really come through with the children. The kids all make their own decisions. They really, really do. We might discuss it at
Not
the
always
dinner
right,
table.
by the way.
No, it's not always right, but we don't know what's right. We don't push our opinions on the kids. We allow them to have their own decisions, make their own choices. And if they fall on their arse, we'll be there to pick them up. But listen, if you don't make mistakes, how are you going to learn? So I think that, from Dean, that's a big part, in making the kids make their decisions, stand alone if you need to. And I would have to say the kids will happily stand alone.
how did you feel about, Dean went to the racing, you gave up working on the stage, you were very, very high profile. How did you feel about giving up acting?
To be honest, it gave up me really. I never really chose to go into acting. That was all a mistake. My brother did Oliver at the West End, and I was just the tag-along sister, so I got into it by mistake. Everything's been a bit of a mistake really. I got into it. My brother's agent, Sylvia Young, who's very well known, lovely, amazing lady, basically said, why don't you come along? So I went along, went for some auditions, so I did lots of commercials as a child, and then got the part in Grange Hill, which lasted for 6 years. But I was always quite small. I was a slight child. My mum used to have me up with the doctors all the time to drink tonics to make me build up because I was always so tiny. And so it was really difficult for me to break into the adult acting
Right.
game.
It's a jump.
So when we had the kids, I always made the decision that I would never go into theatre and leave the kids, because I wanted to be a mum that stayed with the children. So I wouldn't have left the children. But when I went for auditions with the kids to be the mum, they cast somebody else to be the mum. So it kind of gave up me, really.
Right.
I couldn't make it into the acting of
I'm going to slightly give something away, though. You are making a comeback in Lavies in the first week of September at the Space Theatre in Canary Wharf. We'll come back to that later. Anyway, now, where is your special place together?
I suppose the garden as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Barbados. We love God. We love Barbados. Absolutely love Barbados. Lovely people. We've had some great holidays. But really, I expect we come into our own in the garden, don't we?
Right.
We like that garden.
And what do you enjoy?
Although I always plant the things in the wrong place.
Yeah.
You know, I put it there. What do you put it there for? Every man will know what I mean.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I thought that looks nice there. No, I don't know. Nice. Move it about a foot along, and then
And then it's just right.
What do you enjoy most about grandparenting?
It's just a different kind of love. It's like we made our children and our children made their children, and it's just an extension of our children, and that's quite amazing to see.
We've only got one child who's got. We've only got one child who's got children, but I've got to say I'm really proud of him. The father he is, and I'm very proud of Sid. That's Harry's partner. That's my youngest boy's partner. They are amazing parents. Honestly, it is Alison and me reincarnated as parents. They are,
Great.
yeah.
I suppose on that, I try to navigate Harry's work-life balance, because Dean was a fantastic provider, and he worked hard. He was racing every day, and he was doing Walthamstow Dogs 3 nights a week. So it was busy, but you know, that's what had to happen. We had to, you know, keep our head above water. But I do say to Harry to try and spend more time with the children, because it goes so quick.
I couldn't agree more. I savour every moment. Are you easy parents on your adult children, or would you say that you're quite tough at pushing them along as adults too, or if you step back now?
I would say we're very easy. I literally can't let them go. Subconsciously, I can't let them go. I won't. Not that finance is everything, because it ain't. I won't let them pay for a thing, but listen.
That's as in when we go out to dinner, they pay for their house, all that stuff.
If we go out to eat, or I won't let them pay. I can't let them pay. I don't do it. I can't. That's their own made. I can't help that, because in my mind, they're still my babies, you know. And Alison cares and loves them in a different way, but I would say we're still no different as when they was babies. Apart from you don't change their nappies.
I think for me, I'm definitely the more the emotional awareness part for the
I'd say
children.
more emotional than you.
Well, you are a therapist now, aren't you? So you're gonna you carry that with you, don't you?
Yeah, but I think they come to me, and you know, if they've trialed drugs or anything like that, they'll come to me.
So they don't know secrets.
Oh, absolutely not. There is with Dean, because Dean
I
can't cope with anything like that.
It would break my heart if I, you know, I know they have tried it. It would break my heart. You know.
For me, the way forward is.
I don't even want to hear it. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear it.
That's the difference. So they'll come to me, and you know, they've tried whatever drugs they've tried.
Look at they're drug addicts, by the way. You sound like they're drug addicts.
No, but listen. Kids are going to experience things, and that's what it's about. I did lots of experiencing, but I would rather them come to me and say, "Mum, I've tried this and I've tried that. I really didn't like that." Or, for instance, Millie, experienced taking her first puff like weed, and 2 o'clock in the morning I get a phone call, Mum, can you come and pick me up? I've tried this and it's really bad. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to come out.
You're a really cool mum.
Dad's
being able
asleep
to-
and I can't tell Dad because it would break his
Yes.
heart that his daughter's tried some puff.
Yeah.
But, you know, listen, we all try it, we all experience it, and I'm glad that she had a bad experience because it's hopefully set her up to not go on and do more. But, you know, if they do, they come to me and they tell me, or I can look at their eyes and like, why are your eyes looking like that? Come here, we need to have a chat. So I'll be the one that does all the chatting. And I tend to keep it from Dean because it breaks his heart a little bit. So my friends know Dean, and it's this, like, it's holding his heart a lot. But that's just the part we play. He deals with stuff and I deal with stuff.
Now, what is your song?
Gladys Knight, you're the best thing that ever happened to me.
That was our wedding song.
Yeah.
There we go.
You don't need any more words than that.
There we go. Lovely.
But we love lots of soul, don't we? Love a bit of Lionel Richie. Yeah, we love all kind of music really. Frank Sinatra, Dean always sings That's Life if we go to a party, a little bit of Frank Sinatra, a bit of Michael Bublé.
I bet you're the first to always be invited to a party as a couple because you're beautiful on the outside and the inside. You're a charismatic couple.
Well, we do love it. Well, Dean would walk, just like my dad, Dean would walk 10,000 miles to find a karaoke bar. My dad was the same. So when we do go to a party, Dean gets up and has a little sing. If I've had a few wines, I might get up and sing. And ironically, the children have now taken that on, haven't they?
Yeah.
So Albert, one of our sons, had his first little housewarming last weekend. And we were there basically to look after the grandchildren. So I've got the baby on me hip, then next thing Dean's got the mic in his hand and he's doing a bit of that sort
I think you're very, very cool grandparents, I've got to say.
Yeah, then Albert gets that. What's Albert's song? What is that song? Oh, I can see his little dance that he does. Can't think. Albert's got a little song, and then Millie sings all Adele. So basically, it's like people when we go out and the kids are all with us, because we do still socialise together as well. So the kids will come out with us and they call us the Von Tramps, basically.
We all sing.
That's wonderful, I love that. Now, have you heard of the Archer Bar in Soho? You'd like that? You'd like to go together to the Archer Bar because the staff there, it's in Archer Street in Soho, that they're serving and then they suddenly start singing. It's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
You'd like that, the Archer Bar? Yeah, right. Okay, right. To finish off, what do you value most in each other, Dean? What do you value most in Alison?
Have you got enough memory on your phone? Ben?
Now, come on.
Listen. I've been giving you a lot of memory, I suppose. But she is my princess, mate.
She's your princess.
She's my princess.
And Alison, what do you value most in Dean?
He looks at basically his family absolutely come first. There's no one above. You know, he would walk through fire for me and his children, and you know, there's nothing else that would take precedent. It's just his family. He's a big family man.
I have learnt so much from both of you. You are an example. They don't make people like you anymore. I hope I can be more like you. Thank you very much for letting me into your life. Go on.
Can I?
Yep.
Ben, you don't underestimate yourself either. You are a very, very honourable, which we're going to talk business now, which a lot of the bookmaking industry has lost. You are an extremely honourable guy.
Well,
I mean that from the bottom of my heart, and that means more than any money in the world.
thank you.
If you ever got honour, you've got nothing.
You're dead right. I wish I
And
had
I'll
your
add to that
I
as
wish
well.
I had your family.
I've only met you a couple of times, Ben, and I just feel the warmth, the kind and compassion, empathy. The list goes on. So yeah, I don't know you on a business way like that Dean does, but as a friend, and I haven't met you that much, I think, you know, what a kind, caring person you are.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. It's been a lovely evening and good night.
Good night.